Okay, so here's the problem, right? Is we're going back to watching League, and I have no idea what's been happening for the last few months. The most recent thing that I've seen is that Berserker got Player of the Series for uh
These nuts.
D's Nuts University or whatever they're called now. Bro, their name is so funny. There's no way they didn't think ahead of this. It's DNF to start,
Yeah.
right? Did not finish. Like that's their three letters,
Yeah.
right? And then they changed it to like DN. It's like there's no way you didn't think this through.
There's still the freaks too.
I know
So
the D's Nuts freaks, bro.
yeah.
Come
Oh
on.
yeah. Oh yeah. They set themselves up pretty good.
How does that even happen? Like you couldn't write that if you tried.
I know. I think they didn't think about the American or English translations
That's
to come
true.
through, or
It's
like
probably
what DN stands for in like America.
yeah, it's probably different in Korean, huh? They
Yeah,
probably
all
don't
the
have that.
brain rot, all the TikTok brain rot, these nuts.
Bro, that's like the lowest tier of brain rot on the
I
iceberg,
know,
though.
I know.
Like
That's
these
like
nuts
Vine.
jokes.
Yeah, that's
What?
like Vine
Yeah,
brain rot back in the day.
bro, that stuff's like mainstream now. That's not
Yeah,
even like. I
that's
feel like brain
yeah.
rot now is like so like tuned in.
Yeah.
Like
It's so specific,
it's
like
so
random stuff
specific.
that you've never heard of before. Like
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
this is like everyone and their mom knows the D's nuts jokes like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that literally came from Vine
Yeah. That's
from like 10 years ago or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, crazy how we're in Happy New Year, by the way.
Hey, happy New Year.
Crazy that we're in 2025 because that would have been
Yeah.
like what 10 years ago for Vine, I want to say.
Dude, it's actually crazy that 2015 was straight up 10 years ago now.
Yeah, no, that's nuts because that was
Like,
my freshman year of high school.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're 10 years out of being freshmen in high school.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
Let's
messed up.
not talk about
Let's
it. Let's
not
not
talk
talk
about that.
about
Don't
it.
tell me
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about how old we are. We're here to talk about some league.
Yeah. Back to Berserker of D's Nuts Freaks.
Yeah. No. So I got to watch some of that series actually. I was kind of switching back and forth between that series and the LCK, and then LPL was going on at the same
So you've been
time.
grinding. You've been watching these games.
I've been watching a little bit. That was the second leg too. So like, you know how LCK there's two matches per night?
Yeah.
LPL is just one best of 5 per night now.
Dude, I was wondering about that because I saw, first of all, Weibo played a series, and them and who are they even playing? Up, I think.
Yeah, they played up last night.
I don't know if you saw their Twitter interactions. That was the most unhinged shit I've ever seen.
I didn't see any of it.
Dude, who was it? I think it was Up's social media manager, or like whatever, whoever runs their Twitter account, posted this meme of like us and Weibo or something, and it's just like two stick figures making out, right? And like that was the post. And so then the Weibo account replied and just like quote tweeted it and just said, "Size unzips pants." It was like, what are we doing? And then they won the series, and it was like rezips pants. It was like,
that's crazy. That is a little. That's a little unhinged for League of Legends Twitter.
There's no way that official accounts are tweeting this kind of thing.
Yeah, I missed that. I did not see any of that, but I'll have to check that out.
Completely forgot where I was going with that. Where I was trying to go with it is I saw that they posted they got a 3, and they were like quote tweeted someone who was like Weibo won't win a game, and then they 3-0'd Up or whatever. So they're playing best of 5s right out the gate now.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
I'm not like 100% familiar with the format. I know that it's like groups, similar to it's like 4 groups. Remember how last year at the start of Summer Split they did like that 4 groups thing?
Yeah.
And you like the top 2 made it out.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that kind of style. And they're doing that to see who goes to the first international tournament this year.
Interesting.
So instead of it being like a split, they split off into 2 groups, like the Nirvana and the Ascend groups or whatever.
Right.
They're just like going straight into a playoff with those top 8 teams. And then the winner of that, I think, goes and plays at the international. It's just the one winners of each region.
Yeah, wait, so how does that work this year? Is it like one team to the new tournament? Is it like 1-2-2? 1-2-3? How many teams do you send to each?
I think it's 1, 2, and then 3 for some, 2 for the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because Korea So, do you not get a 4th seed anymore from winning MSI? Do we know how
I
that works?
Oh, you know what? I don't. I have no idea. I would assume that it's the same.
I mean, it's all good. If we don't know, we can figure
Yeah,
it out.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I was gonna try and quickly look it up, but I have no clue.
But that is interesting that you kind of like get more seeds as the year goes on.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot more international play, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see with the 5 regions how that all plays out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you've really seen any of the roster moves and stuff, but there's not too much going on with like the Pacific region. I don't think it's just a lot of the same teams, just
I
all under
swear,
one
like
roof.
all I know about that is PSG Talon isn't PSG Talon anymore. They're just Talon. That's
Okay.
like the only thing I've heard. Like they dropped the PSG branding, or I think I
Uh-huh.
saw on Twitter that they're like not partnered with PSG anymore, so they're just Talon.
That makes sense because I think in Val there's just like a Talon Esports that
Okay, so
exists.
there
Yeah.
it's probably that then.
Yeah.
But that's like straight up the only thing I've heard from that region. Have they
Yeah.
started?
They haven't started. No. The only two
Okay,
that have started are Korea and China. So
that's
LCK,
what I thought.
LPL.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard much either. All I know is that it's kind of like they're mixing in all the teams from the other regions. So it's like PSG, GAM, maybe like what was it, the SoftBank? No.
Oh yeah, the SoftBank Hawks. Yeah.
Yeah, like so it's like Japan, maybe like some
I mean,
Oceania, Taiwan.
maybe this is a hot take, but that's kind of hype, no?
Yeah,
It's
oh
like
yeah.
all the minor regions like playing against each other the entire year. That's kind
Yeah.
of I know it's like less spots for each region now or something, but
Uh-huh.
it's kind of sick to like instead of having a couple spots per minor region and waiting until worlds for them to like maybe play against each other in play-ins only, it's
Yeah.
like play the entire year against each other and then only the top few go to worlds, which means you'll have fewer minor region. I know it's like another major region now, but you'll have fewer of the teams that used to be minor regions playing against the other top region teams. Like you'll have fewer Talon versus T1 matchups kind of thing, I
Yeah.
think. But it'll mean that, I mean, part of the interest of going to Worlds for a lot of those teams that were in the smaller regions was playing against each other at Worlds because that's where
Mhm.
it's really competitive. So having them play against each other the whole year, I think is actually more entertaining. And it actually makes me want to watch that region more, you know?
I'm definitely going to be tuning into that region. I mean, I think one of the things that's going to be pretty cool is seeing how those guys playing against each other, like the whole
Yeah.
year, like you said, is going to translate to their performance come these international tournaments. Because, like, obviously, they're all within their own bubbles, kind of before, within their own minor regions, right? So to be under the same kind of like umbrella as a region, I think that'll be really good for their own competitiveness and seeing how they stack up
Yeah.
with the major regions.
I wonder how the branding will go for the region as a whole and for the
Yeah,
like individual team because I'm already like referring to them as a minor region even though I know that that's like
a
now
major
they're just
region.
5 major regions. But it's
Yeah.
hard to shake the 4 major regions plus a group of minor regions,
Yeah.
right? That's what it still feels like. Oh, we have the 4 major regions and then we just have a conglomerate of the minor regions. So I wonder if that'll take some time to kind of shake that notion or if it'll be pretty quick and people will accept it. I don't know.
I don't know. I think some of those teams are getting a lot more respect over the last few years. So
Yeah.
hopefully they come out of the gates flying. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see. I'd be curious when they'll start to get that respect, as like the new 5th region.
Yeah.
They'll probably have to end up taking down some kind of top dog doing, I feel like LCS almost started getting their respect back just because of that FlyQuest Gen G series, right?
Insane, by the way.
Yeah, that was insane. All it takes is one series, though, is what I'm trying to say.
Have you and I even talked about that series? I think we texted about it a little bit while it was happening, but
I think
we
when was our last epi?
I don't even know.
I want to say it was right before playoffs. So I don't think we have talked about it,
That was
which is
insane.
crazy.
the fact that they almost beat, I mean, we don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but like the fact that FlyQuest almost beat Genji, crazy.
Yeah, I mean that series and then the Hanwha Life BLG series were like the two of the quarterfinals for sure. But I think that FlyQuest Genji might have been one of the ones of the tournament.
Yeah, that was like, I think FlyQuest earned the respect of Korean fans in that, which was really sick. I don't know if you saw the Hoopu rating stuff. Is that how you pronounce it? HUPU?
Yeah.
They like a lot of the FlyQuest guys, I think just because of that series, ended up with some of the highest ratings of the whole tournament. And it's all like,
it's pretty biased.
Yeah, it's all a little bullshit, right? Because it's just a bunch of fans being like purely rating based on their emotions.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's all BS, but it was still cool to be like, I mean, at least it tracks fan sentiment, you know, so you can see that fans from like Korea and China were like, okay, these guys pretty sick.
Yeah.
So
I mean, cool. I think anytime anyone could go up against Genji, that 5-headed monster that they were last year.
Yeah.
Got to put some respect on anyone. So hopefully one of these LCP teams can do the same thing. Maybe go toe to toe. I think so. I think it's the LCP. It's the League Championship Pacific, I think.
I kind of don't like that.
Yeah. Is it LCP? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the LCP.
Okay. Sorry, I completely derailed whatever you were saying, but I'm going to have to get used to these names, man.
I know. No, seriously, the LTA, North and South, all that's just
yeah.
I don't even really know how that's. I got to rewatch all these refresher videos that all the different regions put out, you know. They all put out pretty good like YouTube like season long, here's how the region's going to go, but there's a lot of regions to keep track of.
Cuz God, this is so confusing. League of the Americas is split into North and South, right?
Yeah.
But we're still one region?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to send representatives collectively from the two regions, not individually from North and South.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, no, that's going to be really fun. I think it's like now it's basically a 16-team region, maybe. Kind of, technically.
Brazil, dude, there's going to be so many memes of people being like, Brazil died for this? Like, CB LOL died for this?
Yeah.
It's going to be, if anything like bad happens, it's doomed. The entire South is going to be like
up in our
our regions died for this BS.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good look for Riot. That's for sure.
They better hope it goes well.
Yeah. So they better be putting in some good prep time right now, because I think they get going pretty soon as well.
I think so.
I think the rest of the regions all get going this weekend, I want to say.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It really just comes out of nowhere. I feel like no one's. I mean, I've been on like League Twitter a fair amount, and I feel like no one even is like talking about the fact that games are starting this weekend.
Yeah. No, Weibo's played 2 series already, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, okay. Another quick thing. So weird that, I mean, I don't get it. Never mind. I don't even get it.
LPL scheduling, no one's ever going to get it. No one's ever going to get it. So I don't even think waste a breath on it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I'll get over it. It's a nightmare. Whatever.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, what is it? 12 of the teams haven't played a single match. Weibo's got 2 under their belt. We got like 3 or 4 teams with 1, and then they're playing one match a day. I don't know how it's all gonna work. It's gonna be interesting, man. Over there. Yeah, whatever.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
It's a little interesting.
But yeah, you were talking about Berserker and D's nuts freaks.
Wow, is this where this conversation started? That's crazy.
Yeah,
we got here.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's a full circle moment.
No.
It was kind of like a start and then like a lot of different branches. But yeah, D's nuts freaks, they look pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah, you watch the game. Tell me about them. How do they look?
They honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with how they looked. I thought Bulldog looked really good. So Bulldog was like one of the guys that I liked last year a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously Berserker, you know plenty about Berserker. They have Life as well, and Life was also one of the guys that you liked last year on AL, right? Was it AL?
I don't
It's
remember.
either AL or FPX, one of those two, whatever. And then they have Doodoo still, and then I forget who their junglers. They don't have Cuz anymore. But Nongshim had like Kingin, Lehens, Iwu,
That's right.
Sylvie, and then I forget who their ADC is. But it wasn't like, it feels like it's going to be, those are some of the bottom teams. Just by the looks of it. I think DN Freaks is going to be one of those like middle of the barrel teams as well. Earlier in the night was Bro DRX, kind of the same thing. So
Yeah,
I'd
we
say
kind of
like,
started off with like not the most hype games. Huh?
yeah, it wasn't like the most thrilling night of League of Legends.
Yeah.
Fun that LCK was back, but as far as like an update, I don't really have much for you right now. Other than it was cool to see Berserker. It was cool to see Rich. It's cool to see
That's
UCal.
right.
All these guys
Yeah.
back in the LCK, or making their LCK debuts rather.
Who is Rich playing for again?
Rich is on DRX. So
Okay,
DRX is
okay.
like, it's actually a pretty fun team. They have Rich, they have
They were supposed to
UCal.
have Teddy, but he couldn't play because he was sick. So they brought up their academy guy who's not Korean.
Yeah,
Right?
he's Taiwanese. No, Vietnamese, I want to say. I think
That's
he's,
crazy. The
yeah.
first, I mean, so what I've heard is that technically these games like don't count in a certain way because they don't
It's like,
count towards something.
it's a tournament. They're calling it the LCK Cup, and the winner of the
Okay.
LCK Cup is what the team that goes on to play the first international tournament.
Gotcha. So this is kind of, they're treating it like a preseason kind of.
Yeah, I think this whole thing is kind of like they're all treating it like a preseason tournament almost, and the winner goes to play this new international tournament.
Gotcha.
All these tournaments are played fearless style, from what I understand right now. So that's one thing that we got to talk about in a little bit. But the fearless is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think every single region right now is going to be playing a fearless tournament style, like split, I guess, before this first international.
Dude, give this guy the cred. I don't know. I don't like preseason tournament, whatever. It's basically 3 splits.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Technically, it's not. I don't care. Like, it's cool to see the first ever non-Korean player playing on the main stage. That's sick. I don't know. Respect.
Caught a dub too. So
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty
Big.
sick. It's pretty sick. And Bro also won the Kespa Cup back in whenever.
Right.
And so everyone was like kind of hyping up Bro a little bit, like Bro might be doing some this year. I don't know. They might not be cooking. But it's way too early to tell. So I think I'll come with you with a little bit more update from these teams. But tonight we got some bangers. I think it's like FearX, someone else, T1 plays. So we'll get a look at some of the other teams tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized? When Bro plays DNF, it's gonna be a party.
Oh,
We're gonna
100%.
but
The bro
Big Bro versus these
the
nuts
freaks.
That's
freaks.
crazy.
Yeah.
That matchup, that'll be the best matchup of the year, I think.
Oh, 100%. But no, Fearless, dude. Fearless is one thing I want to talk to you about, because I don't think you've gotten to really see much Fearless gameplay.
Not a lot. No, I've seen bits and pieces because they were doing it in Academy for like the LCS Academy. Yeah. And so I saw like bits and pieces here and there. I didn't watch much of it, but I saw a little. But no, I haven't seen any splits done with it.
Yeah. I mean, so they did it last year in the LPL, right?
Right.
And for Summer Split, but they got rid of it once the playoffs game.
Right.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is something that is going to be really good for fans, I want to say.
Hell yeah.
I really didn't pay attention to how much the Fearless affected like draft and how much it affected like the play and stuff, like what champions were being played and the comps that they're putting together. At least last year in LPL, I wasn't really paying attention to that. This year, you see it a lot more, and I think it's really cool. I think it's going to be really fun. I just think having a lot more variety with the champions is something that like has kind of been maybe not missing, but when you have a champion pool of like 170 characters or champions,
yeah,
It's
Why
nice
not
to see
use
some of the other
of
ones.
them?
Exactly. Like we're starting to see like more Twitches. We're starting to see more just like more off meta picks that you normally wouldn't see, like fun little combos, like seeing some, what was it? Callista, Nico. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty common combo. But just seeing
Some
seeing
uncommon combos like Callista and Nico.
yeah, just like Lucian and Nami,
Lucian, Zeri, Yumi.
yeah, and like Corki, Azir,
Right.
Cassante, yeah, all the fun, super fun
Yeah.
jams.
Cool.
But
Sick.
it is fun, like once they get to like a game 5 and there's like a million bans, everyone's kind of like, yo, what the fuck do we play?
Okay, so the fearless that they're doing like hardcore fearless, right? Where it's like both teams get banned out.
Yeah.
What kind of fearless are they doing?
So they do 10 bans before each game, and then whatever champions were played, those champions cannot be played again.
Okay, so they are doing the hardcore, because I know
Yeah.
there's like a soft fearless and a hard fearless, and the soft fearless was like the winning team's champs are banned, I think, and the losing team's champs can be played again or something like that. And there's one where it's just like every game you play, every champ is banned.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
I think it is
for both regions.
Too.
Yeah.
Is it all 5 major regions doing fearless?
I'm pretty sure all of them are, because from what I remember, the first tournament's also like a fully fearless tournament.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the big thing that they were making a big deal about last year, and why they wanted to go towards like the 5 regions, is so that they could have this one, you know, king of the hill fearless tournament at the start of the year.
That's so sick.
Yeah. So it'll be pretty exciting. And I think once you start to see it more, you're gonna really like it, because you do get to see a lot more like champion variety.
Yeah. Wait, so does that mean if you go into a game 5, there's 50 champions banned?
Yeah.
Because you get 40 plus the 10 that are banned in Champ Select? That's crazy.
Yeah. So you're picking from like 120, which is still like a crazy number.
Still
but,
a lot.
You know, the meta does still matter though in pro play. You know, you're not going to go out there with a team of D tiers, you know, like
no play Teemo. Whatever. Someone play Teemo. Lock in Teemo.
Honestly,
please.
That's another thing that they've been doing in LPL too, is like they do a 1v1 for side select.
What? Wait, I didn't know about that.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
So who 1v1s? Do you volunteer?
Or? Yeah, it's usually just like someone steps up, or someone gets selected by their team. Someone did play a Teemo in the 1v1. I remember.
Wait,
I don't remember when it was, but someone played a Teemo in the 1v1. I think it was against like a Callista or something, and they ended up losing. So
cringe.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Wait, how did I not know this? That's so sick. This is just in the LPL? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't remember them doing it in the LCK. Yeah, pretty sure it's just the LPL. It's like a 1v1 up in top lane, and you win by either obviously killing them, getting 100 CS, or destroying the other tower.
That's sick.
Yeah, some of them go on for like 10 minutes, I think. Like, dude, I've seen some that go on for a pretty long time.
So cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Imagine if they start switching up the ways that they do it. They like start out by doing 1v1s, and then next split they do like Mundo Dodgeball, or like what are the other games? Or like Scion, like drifting,
yeah,
or drift like races.
Yeah. There's ones where it's like you have to hit every single jungle camp and then like finish somewhere.
Yeah,
like races like that. That'd be crazy.
You'd run out of choices to do pretty soon, but you could do a different one of those each split. That'd be kind of sick.
100%. Yeah, imagine doing like a fastest jungle clear for side select. That'd be wild. But you can't. Your jungler can't do it. Has to be someone else.
I can't be jungler. Yeah. Has to be your support.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Funny.
Yeah. The whole 1v1 thing was something that they were doing at Demacia Cup, I want to say. Yeah, I think they're doing it at Demacia Cup. So they're trying to slowly bring it in.
Who won that? Because I didn't really follow. Was it AL?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Demacia Cup was won by AL. They beat Top Esports.
Right.
Yeah, there's been a lot of roster changes too, honestly. I mean,
Top Esports, who now have Krispy Kreme.
They do have Krispy Kreme now.
As we found out.
Yeah, they have Krispy Kreme now. They're going to be pretty sick. They also have Kanavi. I mean, they should be favorites to compete with BLG. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Crisp. I know he's world champ and everything, but like, I don't know. I was never the biggest crisp guy when he was on Weibo. So we'll see how he fits in with Jackie Love.
You're more of a cream guy yourself?
I am more of a cream guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I'm not really a crisp or a cream guy, if I'm being honest, but you know.
Damn.
It's
You're just not a big top esports fan this year.
I like 369 and I like Kanavi and I do like Jackie Love. But I'm not the biggest fan of cream or crisp.
Okay.
I don't know. There's other teams that I definitely like a lot more in the LPL this season.
Do you have an LPL and an LCK team this year? Because I know you kind of had KDF last year in the LPL, but it was like also kind of D+, but it was also like, I don't know, like kind of changed.
It was like all over. I like Tonwell a lot. And I like Kwandong a lot last year.
Yeah.
This year, okay.
Yeah, who are our picks?
The rosters are kind of crazy this year. At least like in the LPL, do you see IG's roster?
Yeah, the rookie shy run back.
Yeah, but they also have sick. Gala and they have Mako.
Dude, again, I mean, absolute cinema.
Yeah,
absolute cinema.
Who's their jungler? Is their jungler Tian? No. Tian's on Weibo. JJ, dude, they have JJ.
Yeah,
bro, dude. Their team's nasty. I don't know.
Oh my god. That's such a legendary run back.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
Dude, they have 4 world champs, and then, one of the top 4. I'll give Gala the credit. I think he's a top 4 AD carry in the LPL.
Okay. Yeah. I'm on that wave.
I feel like top 4, top 5 could make some arguments here and there.
Yeah. This IG roster is either winning every tournament this year or not qualifying for anything. There's no in between.
There really isn't.
They're either smurfing on the entire world or they're absolutely going to crash and burn.
Yeah. I mean, they have like a perfect mix of guys who are like young, kind of still like, doing well. Like JJ Rookie Gala, that's pretty solid. Mako's still doing fine. He's been around for a minute, right? But like, I thought he was okay on top esports last year, and then the Shy is going to be the one that's really like the question marks.
I think that you just named 5 like mega veterans. Like I think all 5 of these guys have been around for years.
That's true. But like I'm just thinking like the play, like their recent form and whatnot.
Okay.
Like Rookie was kind of seen as like the face of like NIP last year. Gala was kind of like maybe not the face of LNG, but he was definitely their second best player.
Yeah.
Or if not the best player, honestly.
We can give Scout some credit.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. And then like JJ was fucking, I don't know, he had a concussion half the year. Like he got in a car or he like fell or something. So like
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So he like EDG was just a fire sale anyways last year. Like he probably wanted nothing to do with that team. So he's probably gonna be nice and re-energized. Like he's only I guess now it's 3 years away from being in a world's playoff round, right? So like it wasn't that long ago that he was playing with Scout and Viper. So I think that this is gonna be a pretty, and I definitely take back what I said about the whole rookies and not rookies and veterans, but like it's definitely just a group of sick guys, and hopefully their egos don't get in the way. That's probably gonna be the one thing.
But a lot of them have played together before too.
Yeah, like exactly. You got the Shine Rookie,
JJ and Mako, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I think Gala hasn't played with any of them. I don't know. I don't know my league history like I should.
I don't think he has. I think Gala is like the odd man out there
because he was just on RNG for like a long ass time, and then he joined LNG. But I don't think he's jumped around that much.
Yeah, not really. He's kind of just been like an anchor on all the teams that he's been on.
Yeah, an anchor weighing them down.
Okay. I don't know about that.
No. You seen this Kaisa? Dude's crap.
Nasty. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the old guys are coming back here. Like Doinby just joined Nip.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was the last name I was expecting to see come back. I mean, I heard rumblings that he's gonna be coming back. I never really got to watch him, honestly.
That was kind of before you started watching, huh?
Yeah,
The whole like
yeah.
FPX Worldwin. Okay, that FPX Worldwin thing was like the craziest thing too. Like no one had them even in contention. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I
I've
mean,
seen
that was
plenty
the
of like,
crisp roster as well.
yeah, yeah. I've seen all the like documentaries on those teams, like the early LPL, like first and second
Yeah,
LPL winners of Worlds. Kind of crazy. Like Doinby seems like a Joker card, you know?
dude, I'm so stoked for Nautilus mid. More Nautilus mid,
Oh yeah,
please.
oh yeah. It was at MSI like 2 years ago, so
True,
I
but
wouldn't
it
be
wasn't
surprised.
Doinby.
Yeah,
So
that's true. It was Faker.
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're not wrong. I completely forgot about that. Wow, fucking
yeah.
get me. That's
But
funny.
the roster that
Checkmate.
I want to kind of get your opinions on is, well, because you know my opinions on him, but it's gonna be the JDG roster.
Because they have the ruler and
Pays flip
Pays.
flopped. Yeah,
So what is the JDG lineup now?
it's okay.
This is a great start. Pays and missing.
Pays missing.
Yeah,
They
they.
have they have
It's not Yagao, right?
mid lane.
It's not Yagugu.
It's not Yugugu.
Yogurt Man.
Their top and mid are like okay, I think.
Do they have Sheer top?
No. Shear's on FPX this year.
Okay.
One of them's controversial. I think one of them's the dude that was like humping the like the
is it like
bear.
Ale or something?
I think one of them is Ala. Yeah.
Because he's okay. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah.
What is it? LPL roster.
Dude, I'm so stupid, bro.
Are you trolling me,
bro? I'm trolling so hard, bro.
Please.
Their mid laner is Scout.
That's the whole reason you wanted to bring it up,
dude.
bro.
I was like, oh yeah, dude, pays. Okay, so like that's the thing. Like all the guys that I have, like last year I bought a June BLG jersey, a Scout LNG jersey. I didn't get anything Pays, but Pays was one of the like guys that I was like, kind of dick riding last year, honestly. It's like three of my boys are all on the same team, and it's like missing still. I think he hasn't been getting as much credit as he probably should have been getting. Obviously,
he's
still a good
support, yeah.
Right. And then Ala, that's the one I think people on Twitter are kind of up in arms about. But I'm pretty stoked about this roster. They didn't make it out of groups at Demacia Cup, but they're gonna be pretty nasty. They're gonna be nasty.
It's sick. It's a sick roster for sure. I like it a lot. Is Ala the one who got the Malphite Penta? Am I remembering that correctly? I think it is. I'll have to look this up later, but I think he's the one who got the Malphite Penta. So just for that, I'm stoked on it.
It is Ala, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It's a cool roster. I mean, the fact that you somehow like magicked, like did some voodoo bullshit to get Pays and Scout on a team together,
Dude,
like actually
crazy?
blows my mind. I have no idea how this happened.
You saw me the entire last year.
Your LPL boy was Scout. Yeah, your LCK boy was Pays. Just like all year, choked up on both of these guys. Somehow they made it onto a team together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm pretty hyped. I still don't think that anyone clears BLG.
Are they running it back? They're not, right?
They're basically running it back. Yeah. I mean, with Wei instead of June.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And oh god, I can't believe I don't remember this. They originally had June, and then they subbed him out for Wei, right? And then they put him back in like
during Worlds. Like after they went 0-2 or 1-2 during groups or the Swiss stage,
they put June back in, right?
Yeah. And then June played the rest of the tournament. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and now he's out, and now it's Wei again.
Yeah, so that was probably a contract thing. Maybe like you're not gonna have two world-class junglers on one team.
Yeah, crazy that they had both of those guys.
Yeah, well, that was the RNG fire sale right there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
our org is collapsing.
Yeah, exactly. I think the teams to watch out for, though, from LPL are going to be pretty much the exact same ones that we've been saying the last 2 years, with the exception of IG. I think IG you have to throw into that mix now. But it's going to be pretty. And then AL was pretty sick last year, too. But I don't know. All these different roster moves, that's just an LPL. We haven't even touched on anything else.
I know. So if you had to pick like your team from the LPL, do you have one? Is it JDG?
That's JDG okay. For sure this year.
It has to be. Yeah.
Maybe
what am I even asking?
Yeah, like maybe like IG close second just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to see me rooting against JDG at all this year, though. I don't think.
We can take like JDG IG 1-2. You can be like the JDG guy. I'll be the IG guy.
Bet. I'm down for that.
Yeah. There we go. And then we can both have BLG like second or whatever.
Yeah.
So when IG and JDG inevitably collapse and burn, we can be like, oh, but BLG.
But BLG's our second.
They're great.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on my number one LCK team, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not T1. Not T1, dude. Actually, no, T1's pretty fun. I think they're gonna be fun to watch this year. I mean, that's another roster move that we didn't get to touch on at all. That's probably the biggest one of the offseason right there.
Like the whole Zeus Doran situation.
Crazy.
Nuts. Yeah.
We don't need to go into it too much. I like the fits for both teams. Like, if you're gonna lose Zeus, like at least you're getting another top laner. I think you're not getting many other options out there that were available aside from Doran. I don't really know who else was really out there.
I'm really surprised by the reaction to Doran joining T1. I thought people would be up in arms. I thought people would be like, are you kidding me? We're getting Doran? There's just so many. Maybe it's a North American thing to be like Doran is the biggest choker of all time. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many content creators and stuff in NA that constantly talk about how much Doran is a choker and like doesn't belong at the same level as the other top LCK. Maybe that just isn't like a narrative in the LCK or something, because I thought when he joined, people were going to be like, it's so doomed, we got Doran. But instead, people are like, all the T1 fans were like super on board. And they're like, if we can't have Zeus, at least we have Doran. Like this guy's like, we love Doran. Like he's fitting with the team so well. I was really surprised.
No, yeah. I honestly, same. I think it really is like a Western or maybe like a North American like perspective. Cause like people forget this dude like straight up swept T1 for a whole year, like in the LCK, you know?
True.
Obviously he was on a pretty sick squad at the same time, but like people were calling him Zeus's father, you know, for like the longest time, right? People forget like everyone was saying, you know, Doran ass against everybody except for Zeus, you know? So it's kind of like, you know, the T1 fans are probably happy because they remember all those times of Doran doing pretty good against Zeus. So they're like, okay, this guy's actually legit. And I think for Doran, here's my perspective, my 2 cents on the whole thing. I think anytime someone goes and plays with Faker, like they're gonna level up. Like there's no way that they don't level up. This guy's gonna end up being one of the best top laners this year. I'm gonna say it right now. This is like my way too early bold prediction of the year. He's gonna be one of the best top laners in the year just because of playing with Faker and T1 and the guys that he has around him.
That's a big call out. Bang!
I'm going LCK, like all LCK first or second team at the very least. Like
wow.
I think that's his ceiling right there.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that is the ceiling.
Yeah, that is the ceiling. Yeah. Well, actually, no, you're wrong, because MVP would be like the ceiling. So yeah, you know,
dude,
I mean,
my bad.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Just get fucking shit. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. Door's right behind you. Actually, I can see it. Yeah.
Door's back there behind the bookshelf. Yeah.
No, but seriously, I think like I agree with you. I thought the perception of it was like, oh damn, like we ended up with Door, you know, but it was like people weren't. They're sad about Zeus, but they were just as happy that they got Dorn. So it's kind of cool seeing that reaction. Did you see that they sold out like Doran his first stream? He was wearing like super plain white tee with like just like a T1 right here, and
Yeah,
like he sold it out within like a few minutes or something. Like it was
that's
sold
awesome.
out by the end of the day or by the end of his stream, and like
That's sick.
he's up like 100,000 plus followers and stuff on all his socials.
I did see that. I did
Yeah.
see that he was just like flooded with followers and
Yeah.
stuff. That's the T1 effect. I mean, that's like what people were hoping all of esports would be. I think they were hoping that like, or at least like top half teams or whatever. I think people were like, I think that's the way it used to be too. Like that used to be the thing with like TSM or like even, I don't know, like TL and Cloud9 to some extent too. It was like if you join those team, the meme or like the standard, I guess it wasn't even a meme. The standard was that like if you were on TSM back, I don't know, a few years ago and you streamed, you would have minimum 10K viewers, right? Like that was the TSM effect. And I think people were hoping that was going to be like the effect these big teams had, but T1 is just on a completely different level.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like a cult following, I mean,
yeah,
that's the best way to put it, and like it really is. Like,
you calling T1 a cult right now? Are you calling T1 a cult? Hey,
okay.
Get the trucks.
Watch what
Get
you're
the
saying,
trucks.
dude. Watch what you're saying. Watch what you're saying. I Jack Dawes did not say that.
I'll chip in. Get the trucks.
Yeah.
Get the trucks.
No, but like T1's killing the game. No, like seriously, like all the stuff that they have domestically, like the T1 cafes, all that, the what is it? Just like their building, their office looks so sick.
Yeah. You didn't visit the T1 headquarters. You just visited LoL Park, right? When you were in Korea?
Yeah, just LoL Park. LoL Park was dope as well.
Yeah.
But it would have been sick to check out like the T1 cafe and like the office and everything. But just everything about the League of Legends fan experience in Korea is on another level. And I think that's something that's probably missing from maybe every region except for Europe. I feel like maybe, yeah, China. I think China, it's harder too though within China because it's so much more spread out. Like the bottom halves of teams are definitely, putting up fewer numbers than like the bottom half of like LTA teams probably,
Yeah, get on that.
Yeah, like I think even if you had a choice between like watching Dig versus like Up,
yeah,
maybe like
Dig has Surdy this year, so I will be watching the fuck out of Dig this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like Dig's roster. They got Tomo back, right?
Tomo and Isles. Right?
Tomo Isles.
Yeah. Tomo Isles are running back.
Surdy.
Some other player. Hold on. Load. Oh god, what's happening? Hold on. How did I even get there? What is happening? Dig, LTA roster, Dignitas, Leaguepedia. Scrolling.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, I'll be shocked if you get these. Actually,
they have like Keen or something, right? Yeah, Keen and Shaden. Shaden. I don't know if it's. That's the Shaden. How do you pronounce it?
I think Surdy and Shaden played for Fly Challengers last year.
Yeah, Shaden is the one that like keeps being in and out of potentially being in the LCS, but is also like viewed as mega toxic, I think.
Really?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, I'm less hyped for the full roster now that I've like really taken a look at it. But I'm stoked that Surdy is playing.
Yeah. I think that's the one guy that like everyone kind of wants to see. At least if you're a domestic North American fan, you want to see how he does in the LTA.
That was the biggest justice of the offseason, I think. Like the fact that he actually got a team. I would have lost hope if he didn't. But
yeah, I mean, if it wasn't gonna happen this year, it's kind of like, is it ever gonna happen? Yeah, like you might have to go look at like some ERLs or something and go.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's won everything multiple times. It's like, what else? What else does the man have to do? I don't know.
I mean, there's only so many minor championships you could win before it's like, okay, I'm a little too good for this region. He's like an NACL plus player, like he's just too good for NACL, but like whatever the circumstances have been in the LCS, they just like haven't been able to sign him, like whatever it is. So it's glad to see he's finally, making his mark, hopefully this year.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, you were saying something about the LPL viewership. That's my bad.
I forget. Honestly, at this point, I'm more just interested in. I have the Sheep Esports like team transfers list up right now, and I'm just looking at it.
Well,
And
yeah,
I'm
hit me
like,
with some good ones. I don't have it up, so I'll
yeah.
just default to you.
I mean, okay, so Fly and TL, they're running it back, which is I'm
So
glad.
sick. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Honestly though,
real quick, we don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but there are not enough teams that truly run it back. The fact that both TL and FlyQuest are running it back, so sick to me.
Mhm.
Like, they did so well last year.
Yeah.
They absolutely deserve to run it back. Like, I don't know, the number of teams that would have that kind of success
If they
and
ran
then
it back.
right, and then just like switch up the entire roster the next year.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. It's like
Let them
why?
play another year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's sick.
No.
Props to them.
100% agree. 100% agree. I mean, like it's one thing if it's like like the C9 roster at 23 Worlds, where they kind of got like dismantled by T1 that one
Right.
game, and like maybe like that you don't run it back, right? Plus
Yeah.
that roster had been together, but like FlyQuest situation, like if they didn't run it back, I think the whole world would be up in arms.
Yeah. After the
Even
Gen G games, like
exactly. Even Team Liquid, because like everyone saw how close they were at LCS finals. The last ever LCS finals that could have
yeah.
very easily gone to 5 games. And that's also a team that did pretty well at MSI and in Spring Split as well. Obviously, they won. So to see both those teams run it back, I'm pretty excited for that.
And it instantly puts them 1-2 as well, right? Like, I mean, Cloud9's roster is looking pretty mega as well, but like, you got to put respect on both their names. If they're running it back with the performance they had last year, they're 1-2, like
Yeah.
immediately.
Oh, 100%. And I wouldn't even call it really close just looking at some of these other rosters, unless someone like Henna comes in and he's just like Smurfs on the LTA.
I forgot that guy came in.
I know. I totally forgot too. And then I'm looking at, I was like, what the fuck is this Lion Gaming? And then I was
Oh,
like,
that's
Henna?
right. Oh,
Saint
God.
Henna? I was like, those aren't Americans.
Where are my Americans?
Yeah, we're all American. And then I was like, Licorice? He's not American.
Canadian?
Yeah. But yeah, like honestly, maybe 100 Thieves does something fun this year. They got FBI. The ADC role was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was their weakest role last year, but they had some like troubles with like Meech having to leave midway and whatnot. I hate to be that guy, and I don't know. I'm not the biggest Ayla fan for that 100 Thieves team, but I think maybe from like maybe he's like a locker room guy, like he's just like really fun, really good to be around. So it's like, and he's not bad, like
Yeah.
he's not terrible. I don't actually, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what other options they really would have. But I just think that team has so much more potential if they had like a top tier support as well.
Yeah.
If they had a top tier support, I think they'd be one of the teams that we're talking about.
Because they're sticking with Sniper River Quid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have FBI Ayla. So they only switched out AD, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
kind of cool.
They're also almost running it back. And that's one of those teams where I think we were saying last year, like, just give them some time,
Yeah.
Like, give them time. They're going to be nasty.
And they're only really switching it up out of necessity because Meech had to step away. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if they would have run it back with Meech or not, but I don't know. Like, at least from like a practical standpoint, they had to switch AD because Meech had to step away. So
yeah,
I don't know. So
Tomo was on
close.
Tomo was on like short term loan basically too, right? So
yeah,
I think that team's gonna be pretty fun to watch if they can get it together. I do like FBI Ayla together. I think, that's a little bit of familiarity.
The Aussie squad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think they played EG together for a little bit as well.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of familiarity. All the other teams, though, I'm not like, I'm not like super hyped up. Cloud9 is going to be decent. Other than that, it's kind of hard for me to get excited for some of these other teams. So it'll be really interesting to see kind of how it all plays out once it all starts. But are there any teams that you kind of saw from the LTA and are like, I want to watch them play, or is it more just like the same teams?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. I mean, I'm excited that Cloud9 brought Sven back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I know their full roster. It's Thanos is still top, and then they have Blabber jungle. Their mid laner is Loki. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then Sven and Vulcan.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
5 for 5. 5 for 5. Yeah, you do know the roster. Yeah.
So, like, I'm a fan of the OG C9 boys. I don't know. I feel like Blabber, Sven, Vulcan are like pretty quintessential C9
As
guys
OGs
at this point.
Yeah, you're just missing Fudge, you know, maybe a Jensen.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like not sure how I feel about Thanos. I have no idea how to feel about Loki. I'm not that excited about it. I feel like I don't know. I'm not that excited about it. But I also don't know how they are. So maybe they come in and they're like super dominant and it's really fun to watch. But it's cool to see Sven back playing ADC again. That'll be really nice.
Yeah.
After his little stint playing support with Berserker. It's nice to see Vulcan playing on C9. I don't know. So I'm like 75% excited for C9.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
something like that.
It's not like it hasn't worked for them in the past, you know, bringing in a young Korean import, you know, like.
I mean, it's worked out great, right?
Yeah. I mean, technically he did work out pretty good. It's just like the fallout was like not the best, but I couldn't tell you much about Loki. Honestly, he's coming from HLE Challengers.
Okay.
Which I don't think they were really one of the best Challengers teams last year.
I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like I don't know anything about him.
Yeah. So we'll see. He's just coming into the most important position in League of Legends, you know, into the top league. And
it's light work. It's low key, dude. My head out. So I don't know. It's like I am genuinely stoked on TL and Fly. C9 will always be my boys, so I'm always at least a little bit excited for them.
Yeah.
The fact that 100 Thieves is basically running it back does have me excited as well. So that's pretty cool. I don't know.
How about, what are your thoughts on your boy JoJo going over to the Mad Lions?
I'm crushed and stoked at the same time. I want him to go over there and smurf on the entire league. That would feel so good to have like the first NA player go over to Europe and just absolutely like shit on the league.
Imagine if he just goes over and just gaps the shit out of Caps. Like, that'd be crazy.
Oh,
you know, like, that'd be fuel for, you know, however many arguments online for the next, who knows how long, right? Because it's been NA dominance over the past couple of years. I'm not going to lie.
To be fair, we did have the classic G2
NA
versus EG.
NA.
Well, we had the G2 versus EG a couple years ago where G2 6-0'd EG at MSI or whatever. So we've seen a little bit of Caps versus JoJo, and it's not been pretty. Yeah. But I think G2 versus MDK is going to be sick this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. That was actually like a little bit of a rivalry, maybe, you know, from winter last year. Maybe we'll get to see it run back.
Yeah. No, it'd be nice if that became. It's fun to see rivalries show up.
Yeah,
you know, it'd be fun if that continued to be a rivalry.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other teams in the LEC.
I mean, there's always G2 Fnatic.
Yeah, and they're pretty much G2 kind of switched things up. So did Fnatic.
Yeah, what G2 got Labrov as support instead of Mickey. Mickey went to Fnatic, and their jungler is a new guy, Skumond.
Yeah. He's like really hyped, right? Skumond's
That's what I've
really
heard.
Hyped, and then there's some other guy who's really hyped somewhere else.
I like Labrov too. I'm a Labrov fan.
Yeah,
I know not everyone is on the Labrov chain, but train.
I thought he was.
I like Labrov.
I thought he was fine on BDS. I thought he was one of their more consistent players. Honestly, maybe one of the more quiet heroes on that team. You know.
Agree. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of. I don't hate G2 picking up one like rookie and one like player who's established in the league. I don't hate that.
Yeah. Oh, it's like kind of build a guy up and then also just have a new face. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like the Labrov is kind of like, okay, see what he can bring to the table, kind of see how he fits in, and then Skewmon. I mean, Skewmon and Callist, those are the two that are like super hyped up. Like, I think G2 was willing to give everything up for Callist. Like they were gonna give away like Han Sama, you know, Mickey at the time, something like that, just to get Callist from KC Blue or whatever their challenger team.
Yeah. That's the other roster that we need to talk about, right? Is KC, because Yike is there now, right?
Yeah.
Yike and Callist. I don't know who the rest of the team is. Do you have it up?
Kana, Yike.
Okay.
Adi, Callist, and then Targamas. I don't know.
What a bizarre team.
Yeah. Imagine showing someone that roster 4 years ago or 3 years or 2 years ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Seriously.
Hana, Yike, Adi, who came from Vitality? Or no?
I honestly, I could not tell you where. It says Vladdy played for KC last year, but I think he was somewhere else.
But he was somewhere else before that.
Yeah, I think he joined.
Maybe he was just
because he joined spring or summer after. Because before it was that one kid. Oh my god! Yeah, no, what was his name?
It wasn't Abadage, was it? No,
it was.
It's cringe that we can't remember this.
Saken.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it was like one of the KC boys.
Yeah, it was Saken for a minute, and then in summer they switched to Vladdy.
Yeah. I don't remember having any opinion of Vladdy. I don't think I can tell you anything that he did.
To be honest, I don't think I watched a single Carmine Corp game last year. So, I really can't give you any opinions on
no clue.
Vladdy. Yeah. I couldn't tell you what he looks like. If I saw him on the street, I couldn't, no different than a street pole,
That's whoa, okay.
Well, Jesus. I mean, I don't know what this guy looks like.
No, worse than a street pole, because you know what a street pole looks like.
Honestly, I mean, there's a few guys for sure in the LEC where if someone told me that they were a League of Legends player, I'd have no.
Less recognizable than a street pole is a fucked up way to talk about someone.
Is it? Okay. I don't know what the saying is. Like, what is it? It's like couldn't recognize them from like someone on the street, but like I actually don't know what this guy looks like. I don't know what the saying is.
I don't know either.
Okay. Well, see, that makes me feel a little bit better that you have no idea what he looks like either.
But the KC roster is like absolutely insane. Kana from the LCK, Yike, the like rookie insane jungler from G2, Vladdy, rookie,
we don't know who
from the ERL, I guess.
Yeah.
Callist, the
super
most
hyped up
prospect
ADC
of all time.
Yeah, and I also don't know what this guy looks like, but I'm assuming he's
I know
French.
what he looks like a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Targamas, who like was on G2 and then played on KC, and it was all good, and then he came to the KC LEC team, and everyone was like, this guy is the worst player of all time. And what a weird roster, man.
The LEC's doing, I don't know what they're doing over there in the LEC, but
I don't know.
It's a lot of fun. I actually I'm looking at Giant X's roster. They're looking kind of fun. I don't know who Lot is, but they have Closer, Jackies, Noah, Moon. So that's a pretty solid squad.
Yeah.
Noah and June can be decent, carry a little bit. Jackie's was pretty good last year.
Yeah. Nice to see Closer still playing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The rest of these teams, though, I really could not tell you. It's crazy some of the names that we've lost, though. No Yankos, no Yankos, no Niski.
Okay, but this is the other thing, right? Is we lost them all from the LEC, but now the ERLs are bangers.
Yeah, dude. Los
Ratones and the team that Yankos and
the Ruddy, not the Ruddy.
Yeah.
It is, but I forget what they're called. They're not called like the Ruddy.
No,
it's like a joke, super joke name.
They're in the NLC, right? I don't know how ERLs work, man.
I don't know either. I'm pretty sure Los Ratones is in like the Swedish one. maybe.
It's Los Ratones. Los Ratones.
But the clearly you haven't watched anything, because Cagel, all those guys actually be calling it the Ratones. I don't know if that's just like the Swedish in them, but like Baus calls it the Ratones.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. Just thought I'd let you know. Anyways,
what is this team called? I'm trying to figure it out. I swear I've seen a million posts on Twitter about them. The Ruddy Sack.
the Ruddy Sack, is that actually what it's called?
Guess.
But yeah, it is the Ruddy Sack. Yeah, Perks, Yankos,
Leader.
Hums,
Dude, what a roster.
Hustlin'.
Perks and Yankos, two of the best LEC players of all time.
Yeah.
Leader, the like mid lane assassin who's like in and out of the league. Hums.
He's like the Draven one trick, right? Or he like
NA Draven one trick streamer.
Yeah.
And then Hustlin, who's like some URL prospect, I think. And then Yamato as their coach.
Really? Yeah.
Insane.
They're actually so entertaining too. Like, I love what they're doing with that. I wanted to talk about them a little bit with you. I don't know if
you watched them at all?
I've been watching some of their content. Like, they played at that Red Bull Cup.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like, they got to play T1. Obviously, T1 was playing like off role and stuff, but still really cool. They won like their first tournament, the NNO Cup,
right?
Like a month ago.
I saw that.
Reckless wasn't even playing, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool because I'm a huge like Baus fan. I've been watching the Baus for like years now.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, like I've been watching this guy since probably like 2022, maybe, just from like Mid Beast videos. Like, he would always cover the Baus and like his inting Scion, all that.
Yeah.
To see this guy on the same team as like Nemesis, Crowny, Reckless, that's pretty sick, you know. Like,
that's pretty sick.
And Cagel at the helm, like Cagel is obviously like the guy in the League of Legends guy right now, you know,
our goat.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool seeing like how they're like content, I guess, because like the whole thing with them is they wanted to be like everything.
Right.
You could see everything, like all their all their scrims, all their like draft meetings, like whatever you call them, strategy meetings, things like that. All the behind the scenes you can see. It's pretty cool. And I think it's like fun seeing all this like extra behind the scenes content. And I think that's something that maybe is missed in esports, that like you get to see a lot more within real sports, right? You get to see all the time, like, you know, what's going on in the locker room, you know, walkouts, how guys are arriving at games. Like, you get to see some of that for like esports League of Legends, but never like the way that Cagel is doing it right now. So it's really cool to see like all this compiled content that's just, you know, free to watch, get more insight, kind of learn more about the game. And it's also fun that they're all like entertaining players too.
Yeah. The team they've put together is so fun.
Yeah.
Did you see that they won their first set of games?
Did they?
Yeah.
I think they played first, like
this morning,
ERL right?
games. Yeah. Both. This is crazy. They're destroying kids.
Are they?
Crowny and Nemesis both ended. I think they played 3 games or something and won all of them. I don't know if it was a best of 3 or what, best of 5. I don't know exactly how it worked. They played a few games and I think they won all of them. Crowny and Nemesis both ended with 35 KDs. They both have 1 death, and somehow they both have 35 KDs. It's so funny. There's like a screenshot of their KDs, and it's like, Reckless, insane KD. Crowny, insane KD. Nemesis, insane KD. Their jungler, Velia, insane KD.
And then you got Baus.
8 and 10. Like, more deaths than kills. I don't know, 10% kill participation. It's really funny.
Oh yeah, that's his style, you know.
Hey, dubs are dubs.
Yeah, exactly. But that's such a fun team. I think like the whole casual and content, like those two just go hand in hand together, if I'm being honest. So the fact that he's got his own team now, doing everything content wise with them is really cool at the same time. Yeah. there's just so much that we've, that's been going on because the off season feels so short, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it was just yesterday we were texting, on World's final day, talking about T1 and BLG, and here we are with the LPL and LCK having started already.
Such a quick turn.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's been like 2 months, right? But it feels a lot faster than that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Pretty sick. There's a lot going on. I'm excited for these games this weekend.
I know. Yeah, I think I gotta see the schedule here. That's one thing that I haven't really looked at. It's just kind of like a day by day.
Yeah.
It's like, who's playing today?
What's happening next? What's happening next?
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Surely they got to start out with like a FlyQuest TL, right?
I think something's going on with like the LTA schedule where they like don't have it yet or something.
I see. Yeah, they don't even start until
Is it that late?
Yeah.
Jeez.
LEC starts Saturday.
Yeah.
Shit, G2KC first day.
That's a banger.
Yeah. And Fnatic MDK.
My God.
Yeah.
Couple of bangers.
Yeah, those will be good. Really good games. Oh, and then you have KC MDK as well the next day.
Another banger.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's something happening with the LTA where I saw like Mark Z tweeting about it or something. There's some event happening where they're going to decide like side select or something like that, or they're going to decide like I think the matchups are known, but like the sides aren't or something like that. There's like some draw or like event that's happening that's going to like this weekend, I think. Okay. And that'll like once that happens, then it will be updated on the website, but
okay.
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like LCS is always doing something a little like slightly different than everyone else.
Slightly worse.
You said it, Navi. Shit, DKT1 tonight.
Banger.
Gen G HLE tomorrow as well.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some pretty solid games over the next few weeks here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting hit with some matchups.
Top Esports AL. Oh, that's not for another week. Scroll too far. But yeah. I don't know.
Well, sick.
Which games are you going to tune into? Do you have an idea?
I mean, I'm definitely going to start watching. My weekends got busier, so it's going to be tough to watch games live, but I'll be watching replays of stuff during the day probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'll actually turn into. What time do the LCK games start tonight?
Oh, they're all at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of late.
Kind of late.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. TBD. I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe none. Maybe all of them.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
All of the games.
Oh, every game.
Watching every single game.
Yo, what games do you think you're going to tune into? All of them.
All of them. I don't care. ERLs, fuck. Lows or tones. I'm tuning into everything.
Bro, I'm watching every game, all regions, minor regions, collegiate. I'm on my grind.
Oh yeah. If it's playing, it's on all chat.
If it's a game that's happening, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean none of this is happening.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
that's kind of all I got.
That's all I got, too.
Okay.
Is this where we go back on script? Thanks for tuning into All Chat episode. Wait, yeah.
Season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, season 2, episode 1. What were we calling it? Off the script or something?
Off the dome.
Off the dome. All chat
off the dome.
Off the dome. All chat season 2. Off the dome.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to episode 1. Thanks
season
for tuning.
2.
Thanks for tuning into episode 1.
Thanks for
season 2.
Next episode on Dragon Ball. Wait. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We've been All Chat, and we will continue to be All Chat.
Yeah, and it's all off the dome this season. Hence, it might not be as coherent or cohesive, but it's all off the dome this year. Anyways. Like and subscribe. Comment what you guys want to hear. Comment some questions for us.
We're not even a podcast anymore. We're free form spoken word.
Yeah.
That's what we are now. We're freeform alternative dance, spoken word, combat arts, live streaming, short form content, explorative group. That's our official title.
Yeah, just straight improvised, vocalized, non-podcasted, recorded on Riverside League of Legends vernacular.
We're actually just an improv comedy troupe now. That's the real answer. We're actually just this is the start of our improv careers. Okay, we have to end this before I lose my mind.
Tune in next week. We're going to be touching on Valorant. We're going to be going into Marvel Rivals. Anyways, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for watching.
We don't really know how to end these off now.
We're going to give them a peace.
We're going to give them peace.
Peace.